Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we've got a lot of important updates to share today. In the world of Social Security, there's always something new happening, and today we're diving deep into what's going on in Congress. If you rely on Social Security payments, whether it's SSA, SSI, or SSDI, you won't want to miss this. The government has been hard at work discussing some major reforms, and I'm here to break them all down for you. I'll explain what these reforms mean for you and when you can expect to see changes to your benefits. It's an exciting, and at times, nerve-wracking time, so let's get right into it. Social Security benefits are something millions of Americans rely on every day, and when it comes to policy changes in this area, it's crucial to stay informed. You may have heard the buzz around Congress and the proposals that are on the table. I'll take you through all of it, from how Congress is looking to improve the system to what you need to know about the changes coming down the pipeline. It's no secret that Social Security has been under a microscope lately. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle have recognized that the current system is facing challenges. The Social Security Trust Fund is projected to run out of money within the next decade unless something is done. This looming issue has spurred Congress into action, and we're seeing multiple bills being discussed right now, some of which have the potential to dramatically alter the way Social Security works. Most notably, the Social Security 2100 Act, which has been a hot topic in Washington for a while, is gaining more attention now. This bill aims to make Social Security stronger and more sustainable in the long run. It's a comprehensive proposal that looks at all aspects of the program, from raising benefits to making sure it's around for future generations. But that's not the only reform we're seeing. Congress is also looking at ways to adjust eligibility for people on disability benefits, whether they're on SSDI or SSI. Let's talk more about what this means for you, whether you're a retiree or someone relying on disability benefits. The Social Security 2100 Act is one of the most discussed pieces of legislation right now, and for good reason. This bill doesn't just address the financial issues with Social Security, it also takes a look at the benefit levels and how they can be improved. If this bill passes, it could mean a significant increase in the amount you're receiving each month. For example, beneficiaries could see a 2% increase across the board, which may seem small, but that could add up to a lot over time. And for those who have been on the program for years, there could be additional increases to compensate for inflation. The bill also seeks to raise the minimum benefits, which could be especially important for people who have had lower-paying jobs throughout their lives. Many people who are nearing retirement age find that their Social Security checks aren't enough to cover all their living expenses, and this bill aims to remedy that. But that's not all. The legislation also includes provisions to help families. For instance, it proposes increasing survivor benefits, which could be life-changing for those who lose a spouse or child. Another big part of this bill is its plan to lift the cap on taxable income. Currently, only income up to $160,000 is subject to the Social Security payroll tax, but the Social Security 2100 Act would apply the tax to higher earners. This would create a more equitable system where those who can afford to contribute more would do so, which could help the Social Security Trust Fund avoid running out of money in the future. So, now that we know what's in the Social Security 2100 Act, let's talk about what this means for people on SSA, SSI, or SSDI. Whether you're getting Social Security because you're retired, you're on SSI because of low income or disability, or you're receiving SSDI for a disability, this bill could have a significant impact on your life. If the Social Security 2100 Act passes, it means more money in your pocket each month. If you're on SSI, this is especially important. Right now, SSI benefits are incredibly low compared to the average cost of living. The bill proposes a 20% increase in SSI payments, which would help lift many people out of poverty. Many SSI recipients currently live below the federal poverty line, and this increase would go a long way in providing the support they need. On the SSDI side, there are also improvements on the table. The bill would adjust the formula used to calculate SSDI payments, making it more favorable to people with disabilities. One of the biggest issues people face with SSDI is that it doesn't always account for the full range of living costs, especially for those who have high medical expenses. This bill addresses that, and it could lead to higher payments for SSDI recipients. Now let's zoom in a little more on SSDI. Social Security disability insurance is something that millions of Americans rely on when they can no longer work due to disability. But the process to qualify for SSDI benefits can be long, complicated, and difficult to navigate. Unfortunately, many people are initially denied, even if they have a legitimate claim, and this leads to long wait times and unnecessary stress. The good news is that Congress is working on some reforms to make it easier for people with disabilities to access benefits. One proposal is to speed up the approval process for SSDI claims. The Social Security Administration, SSA, has been notorious for having long wait times, sometimes taking years for someone to receive a decision on their claim. With this reform, the goal is to streamline the process and make sure people with severe disabilities don't have to wait that long to get the benefits they deserve. There's also the introduction of a fast-track approval system. This system would prioritize applications from people with terminal conditions or severe, life-altering disabilities. This would be a huge relief for people who are dealing with serious health issues, as they wouldn't have to endure the long and grueling process that can sometimes feel like a punishment in itself. Another thing we need to talk about is payment schedules. If these reforms pass, you might be wondering when you'll start seeing changes to your Social Security, SSI, or SSDI payments. Currently, Social Security payments are distributed on a fixed schedule depending on your birthday. Some people receive their benefits on the second, third, or fourth Wednesday of each month, while others get their payments earlier, depending on their payment cycle. This system may change slightly as part of the reform. For example, once the increases are implemented, you might notice your payments adjusting over time. However, some of the adjustments may happen gradually, as it takes time to change how the SSA handles payments. If the 20% increase in SSI benefits passes, we could see a staggered increase starting in 2025, with the final amount being implemented by 2027. Similarly, SSDI recipients could start seeing changes within the next year, but the exact timing is still unclear. Looking ahead, these reforms could have a lasting impact on your future benefits. If the Social Security 2100 Act is passed and the proposed changes to SSDI and SSI are implemented, the financial security of millions of Americans could be improved for years to come. One of the biggest fears people have about Social Security is that it won't be around for them when they retire, especially as the population ages. But these reforms aim to address that issue head-on, ensuring that the system remains solvent and continues to serve the needs of future generations. While we don't know for sure when these reforms will pass or if all the proposed changes will make it into the final bill, the fact that Congress is taking action is a huge step forward. It's important to stay informed, follow the news, and pay attention to any updates from the Social Security Administration. They will be the ones to communicate how any changes to the program will directly affect your benefits. So, how can you stay informed as these changes unfold? The best way to make sure you're up to date is by checking your Social Security statements regularly. These documents will give you important information about your payments, including when any changes will be made. Also, make sure you're subscribed to reliable news sources, especially those that focus on Social Security and government policies. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I'll be following all the developments in Congress and keeping you updated with everything you need to know. Make sure you also visit the official Social Security Administration website. They post updates on the program, any potential delays, and important changes that could affect you. If you don't want to miss out on any major announcements, I'd recommend signing up for email alerts directly from the SSA. Thanks for watching. I hope today's video helped you better understand what's going on with Social Security reform and how it could impact you. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with anyone you know who might benefit from this information. If you have any questions or thoughts, leave a comment below. I love hearing from you and I try to respond to as many of you as possible. Stay informed, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next update. Take care.